This is her way let me be your guide now.
Hello everyone, today I have great pleasure to speak with Hermanie Pierre. She's an amazing entrepreneur. She's based now in the US but originally from Haiti, and she has an amazing story to share. Hermanie, it's a great pleasure to have you in our community, so please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your story.
Wow. First of all, Edward, thank you so very much for having me. It is a pleasure. And for all of you that is watching, I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I do hope we can get to know each other. My name is Hermanie Pierre. I was born and raised in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. My father made a decision to brought us to America, which was the best decision for my life. He wanted to give us a better life, and he brought us here. I went to school, high school, college, and, everything else, I did it here. So pretty much I came here when I was young. Not too young, but young enough.
And Hermanie, tell us a little bit more about that journey when you moved from Haiti to the US. Probably it was a cultural shock for you. And how was it? And how was that journey? How you find yourself in a completely different environment, and how you establish your job, your business, yourself in the US?
Well, to tell you the truth, coming here at first was very hard. It's a different culture. I did not speak English. I did not have any friends. So all my friends were back home. Ever since I was a young girl, I knew I wanted to come to US, because you hear all those things like there is a money tree. When you walk under the tree, you'll have a lot of money, and they'll tell you America is so beautiful. So I always wanted to know where America was. So when my father actually decided to give us a chance to come here, it was a dream come true. But at the same time, at that time, it was so depressing. I had no friend, and you have to go to school. Everything was in English. I did not speak English, but you still have to do the same homework. You still have to take the same classes with everybody. So you feel like you were lost. It took me a minute to make friends, but however, I knew that I could not use this as an excuse. I could not say because I do not speak English, I cannot make good grades. I could not say because I don't know the culture, I could not become the greater version of myself. So I use this as a motivation for me to become great. If you know anything about my story, is that at a young age, I watched my grandmother waking up early, like very early, like 2 a.m. in the morning. And she had to make smoothie for construction worker. But because she lived like so far from the city, she literally has to walk miles to go to a main street so she can sell the smoothies. And she will sell the smoothies and she won't make money because the construction workers, they got paid like every 2 weeks. So my grandmother has to wait every 2 weeks to get paid. And I used to watch her and I'm like, Grandma, why you do this if you don't get money? And she usually say, you know what I'm doing is great. I'm making an impact in the community, because if I don't feed those construction workers, they cannot feed the family. So ever since then, I start growing up. I say I want to be a quarter of my grandmother, her heart, her desire to help other people. Like nowadays, even though a lot of people say I'm successful, but I don't think I could have made it if it wasn't my mind trying to focus in the things that she did when she was alive in front of me, her courage, her strength, her love for people, her philanthropic work. So I just strive every day to just be just like her.
And how did you actually find that inner call to start learning about the business, to start learning, connect with the right people and mentors, and like even very young, very inexperienced, like you were a girl at that time, to become who are you today? Tell us a little more about that transformation. What inspired you at that time, and how was that journey?
Yeah, of course. Well, most people don't know that I became a mother at 8 years old. So I was a mother to my mother because my father was in the US and my mother's health wasn't too good. So I'm the oldest. So I had to step up and be a mother to my mom and to my sister. And when we come to US, I remember the day we were at the airport. We were in Miami airport and my father said, listen, I want you guys to go to school and bring me my diploma. Like he did not want anything. Even when I was 16, I saw my father, he wasn't struggling, but he was the only one working in the house because my mom wasn't working. And I asked him, can I get a job so I can help you? And he said, no. He said, I just want you guys to stay in school because I want you guys to be successful. And if you know anything about foreign parents or Caribbean parents, they truly believe in education because they believe if you have education, your life will be better than most, right? So as I watched my father work hard to take care of us and also already witnessed my grandmother working hard, I always wanted to break the generation curses. And for me is I had to do better than they did because they already paved the way for me. And I disciplined myself in a way that I say I will never make excuses. I will never settle down and I will not let anyone manipulate me. So I had to stay strong. Like I know what I want and I was going to go after it. And if you were not in alignment with what I want and need in my life, that we could not be friends. You can see I don't have a lot of friends because I was the one always working, always doing something. Like I had my first business at 8 years old with my cousin. So I can see that my grandmother has developed the entrepreneur in me because I watched her at a young age being an amazing entrepreneur. So I knew at one time I was going to be like her, not as great as her, but I knew I was going to get her skills. So the reason I stay toward my path and I never follow anyone, I always remember I am not from this country. So I cannot do what everybody's doing because at any moment there could be something that happened and they're sending all back home. And if I had to follow someone that was already born here, they're going to stay here and I'm going to go back home. And when you leave Haiti, they're always telling you that America is the land of opportunity. You can make it great or you can make it bad. And I choose the great. And I knew for me to choose the great side, I have to work harder, especially I was a woman. I was a color woman. I did not speak English. And I knew things wasn't going to be easy for me, but I could make it right if I work hard. So I work with my heart and my mind and make things just make it work for me. Like I knew I was going to do whatever it takes. I don't do things halfway. I go all in. So I went all in. I do whatever it takes to get the job done. So I wanted to be successful. I wanted to break the generation curses. I had like a dream that I wanted to bring my grandmother to America. So when I became Miss Haiti, the first thing I did, I contacted the consulate and I told them my grandmother needs to come to US because if I'm representing the country, I want my family to be there. So my grandmother was able to come to United States. She came multiple times. So that was one of the greatest accomplishment for me because where my grandmother lived, most people grew up there, have kids there, married there, buried there. They never even leave the town. So my grandmother was able to leave the whole country. So that made me like so happy. So I had all those reasons to be great. Like I knew if I did not do good, like many generation that came after me was going to pay the price and the generation that came before me was going to be disappointed. So I feel like I had to be great. Like no if and but about it.
Tell a little bit more how you succeed to become a millionaire when you are only 26. How that journey, like from the time when you decide, okay, I want to be successful, this is how I want to do, that's decision, that's a very powerful. But then what actually helped you? Who helped you? And what experience helped you to reach your first million and then become who are you today?
You know what? I can say this. I never let my ego get the best of me. So I never get to any point that I feel like I can ask question. I will ask question. I will not act like I don't belong in a room. I know I belong there. So one thing I know for sure I did, even though I did not have my parents that could guide me in that entrepreneur, like I am, I will go to real estate meetings and I will watch who had the most money, who's most accomplished, and I will ask them question after the meeting, and I will ask them, can I follow you around? Can you be my mentor? How much I have to pay you to be my mentor? Like I will always let people know I'm hungry, and that's the thing about me. It doesn't matter where I am in life. I always remember that I am hungry. Like I'm not hungry. I have a food. I put it on the table, and I'm gonna choose not to eat. I'm hungry because I am hungry and I had to become a hunter for everything I have. Because again, we're talking about the generation curses. I'm a huge risk taker. I believe that if you don't take risks, you will never know the success part of it. It's all about the mindset. If you believe you're gonna do something, it's not gonna be successful. It's not gonna be successful. But if you believe you're gonna do everything it takes to make it work, you may not reach your level of accomplishment the first time, but you will make it because you're gonna keep on trying. So everything I do, I don't expect to get it right the first time, but I do expect to finish it right. So I will continue learning until I do it. And I realize the one that I take the hard, like the longest risk, the hardest risk always come out to be great for me. So you'll tell me to jump from a plane, I'll say, what? And I'll jump. Even though I'm scared, I'll still jump because I'm like, okay, I'll learn something. I'm always remember where I came from, and I always remember I have so many family that wish they can be in my place and they can't. And I remember how many generations that came before me tried to be where I am and they could not make it. So I cannot let them down. I cannot let the one that come before me down. And I sure not gonna take this for granted. And the one that come up, the one that's still with me and coming after me, they may not have the opportunity I have. But if I can learn as much as I can, then I can teach them and I can open the door for them. Because all you need in life is one person to show you the way and you will get it. If you never have anyone showing it, it's hard to get it. So for me, I feel like I have a responsibility. This is not for me. It's like if I say I need $100 and I get the $100, now what? See, it doesn't make sense. So for me, it's okay. I get what I want now. What about the other people? What can I do? Like right now, I'm working harder than I ever worked in my life. And many people don't even know that because I'm trying to set up all the generation that I'm building for the next generation coming up. Because I truly believe when God puts you in position to be great, you cannot be lazy. You have to work with your heart. You have to go hard and never forget about the one that needs your help as well, because it's while you're giving back that God gonna continue to give you. So for me, I always say God put me in this position for a reason. I'm gonna run with it, and nobody gonna take my place. I'm not gonna let no one or anything trick me out of my spot. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna learn as much as I can, and I'm not worried about what I already built. What I already built, people can talk about it. I should be already 20 step ahead. So by the time they cut up with my 20 step ahead, I'm already 30 step ahead. So I'm always looking to what's next? How can I make these things better? How can I help the family? How can I help my community? How can I, when somebody around me, I want to be an asset to them. Like, how can I fix a problem to them? So if I keep worrying about what I have, that's my ego. And I learned now that my ego is my assistant. So I have to tell my ego what to do. My ego can tell me what to do. And that's the difference. A lot of people think that they're letting their ego telling them what to do. So their ego will make them mad. Their ego will not let them ask the right question. Their ego will not let them collaborate with other people because they think they're better. For me, I always say I'm a student at heart. Like I want people to see me as a student. Yes, when I walk in a room, you're gonna know I'm at that room. But at the end of the day, it's not my ego, it's my spirit. My spirit gonna introduce me, but literally I'm gonna sit there and take note and learn from everybody that I can so I can be greater. Because I don't want to leave this world unnoticed. I want somebody to come in and continue my legacy and then keep changing the world. You know, I have 6 kids that I'm taking care of back home, putting them to school, helping their family. I can't stop. Like it won't even be fun anymore because now I am realizing the more I learn, I realize there's so much more for me to learn. So I'm just keep going and never stop. Like what I accomplished in the past, I just be like, that's compared to nothing I'm about to accomplish. Like it's nothing compared to where I'm going.
So tell us a little bit more about that. Like, what is your vision of yourself in the next 2 to 5 years?
Well, right now I am working in setting up some structure. First of all, it's a structural protection to cover my family and the next generation coming in. So I'm working on that. I cannot give too much of that, but that's what I'm working on. But I'm gonna continue expanding my businesses. I am gonna continue to collaborate with other people that's on the same field as me and the same thing that I do. We're gonna collaborate. I have a show coming up that was picking up by a network. So I'm gonna continue to work on that and make it great and collaborate with other artists and influencers and people like you, great people like you. I mean, to me, like I said, I'm just gonna follow where God lead me, I'll go. I'm just ready, the door's open, and I'm just like gonna run to it, to be honest.
And Hermanie, I'm guessing many people who are watching this video are also curious about your private life. Do you have any time for yourself and for someone in your life as well?
I do. One thing that I'm very great at, people don't know that. Well, some people know. I'm very good with self-care. So when I wake up in the morning, I take my time. I meditate. I do my morning impression on Instagram. I do personal development. So self-care for me is really huge. And I do make time for my family and my loved ones. Even though I do a lot, I am very good with my organization skills. So like I prepare stuff in advance. Sometimes the day go by very busy, but I always make sure I take an hour for myself and some time for my loved ones. So yes, I make time for them because you can balance both. You just need to understand what are your priority and what do you want to accomplish? Because I always tell people you got two things in life to choose. Do you have more money than time or more time than money? Or which one would you rather have? Okay. I rather have more time than money. So therefore I have to use my time wisely. Because if you have time, you can always make more money. If you have more money, you can't make time.
So true. So true. And Hermanie, for all people who wanna connect with you, follow you, I know you have presence on many different platforms. So what will be the best way to reach out to you and collaborate with you?
Yeah, all my social media, it's Miss Haiti INTLUS. So it's MISSHAITI INTLUS. You'll find me on Instagram, which I'm always there. Everywhere is social media. LinkedIn, it's Hermanie Pierre. Facebook, it's Hermanie Pierre. So you can just connect with me if you want me to speak in a virtual event. I was named one of the most memorable award-winning motivational speaker. So if you guys have something you want me to speak, I'll be glad. If you want to collaborate, I'll be glad. If you just want to network with me and be friends on social media, I'll be blessed. And so just, let's just get to know each other.
Amazing opportunity. And I can say from my experience, like you are amazing. You just like win the room with your gratitude, with your character. So even you have a great success, you already achieved so many things which many people never achieve during their lifetime. You already achieved, but you still behave as a student. I'm grateful for this interview, for this time. And I hope you guys who are watching this interview that you are inspired same as me. Hermanie is here to connect, to support. I'm a big fan of Hermanie, and thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I wish you great year and many happy people who will work with you. Please say hello to your mom. Please say hello for all people who are supporting you. I think people need more love, more appreciation, and more people like you who can actually show the attitude that business is all about, the building the legacy, building something for not only for yourself, of course, first for yourself, but after for the community, for the people. And that's why we exist as entrepreneurs. Hermanie, thank you so much for this interview.
I want to say thank you. And if there is anything that I would like to tell all of you beautiful people watching is never settle down. It doesn't matter where you are in life. I could have settled down when I become an engineer. I could have been like, I'm going to be an engineer for the rest of my life. But no, because at the end of the day, you don't know the power you have inside of you until you let it out. You are like the spirit inside of you so much greater than your body. And so you have so much power inside of you. And I don't want anyone watching me today to just say, you know what, I give half of me or I give a quarter of me. I want you to truly experience what it's look like to give all of you. When you say, I'm going to study something, you go all in. When you say, I'm going to start a business, you go all in. When you say you're going to love into your loved ones, you go all in. always make sure you go all in. When you're not successful is when you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't do that. You truly have to make a decision. You truly have to come in alignment with yourself and say, I'm gonna do this. So it's all start with your mind into your heart. Once you can truly make that decision, nothing gonna stop you. And it doesn't matter how long it take you to accomplish something, just keep on going, because every time you're gonna learn something new, and every time you learn something new, you're gonna be greater. And I can guarantee you, whatever you need, don't chase it, attract it. The only way you can do that, you have to come in alignment with the spirit in you. The more you chase something, it's gonna run away from you. But if you attract it, it's gonna love to come to you. So I want you today to challenge yourself to attract whatever you desire, whatever you want, and whatever you need to come to you, and you're not chasing it, because you have the power within you to make it happen. You are marvelous. You are powerful, and you have all it takes to make it happen. So I want to thank you, Edward, for having me. Thank you so much for your platform. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being a great supporter. And now I can say you like my brother. Okay. I can't wait to come to Tokyo. But I just want to say thank you so much, guys. But remember, you can be inspired by my story, but you can also create yours. So create yours so we all can be inspired by you. I believe in you. I believe that you have what it takes to accomplish anything that you put your heart into it. Just go with it all in. So today I challenge you, go all in with your heart and with your mind. And thank you so very much. My name is Hermanie Pierre.